Hello there, everybody. Oh, I'm red. There we go. The game's gonna look a little bit weird because I have it cropped. Um, but don't worry, everything will be fine. Well, hello there, everybody. My name is Gruff Donar. I'm an intergalactic bounty hunter that streams games in my spare time. We're playing Metal Gear Solid today. So, the game is gonna look a little bit different because for some reason, this is the only game Reshade would work with. I don't think I'm gonna be using Reshade for the other Metal Gear Solid games, just because I think it's fine without it. This game, I think, is the one that benefits the most from it. I guess the first two Metal Gear games would have benefited from it more. I don't know. They all would have benefited from Reshade, but unfortunately we didn't have... For some reason it wasn't working with those games. I really don't know why. Anyway. We're just gonna get started because there's a lot to get started with in this game. Like, I love Metal Gear Solid. It's my favorite series. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just one of my favorite series because, like, first of all, it's just a fun game, but also it has an amazing story with amazing moments and characters. This game, like, this series of games does characters really well, I feel. Because this is one of the only games I've seen where you can literally just watch two characters sit down and talk with each other. Like, there's a button you can press, the codec button, to just talk with people, and I love that. That's my favorite thing in the world. I wish more games had this, where you can just watch the characters talk to each other. That's the best thing ever, and I'm actually surprised more games haven't done it. I imagine it takes a lot of time to do it. You can't just do it willy-nilly, so maybe that's why, but let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited to finally stream this game. I can't imagine playing this game back in 1998. It must have been insane.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by Next Generation Special Forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Foxhound.
You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
All right. All right, so first thing we got to do is watch the briefing. I'm surprised at how many people I've seen stream this game and they actually watch the briefing. That used to not be the case.
It's been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff and an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry, this injection won't hurt a bit.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
Snake, listen up. It all went down 5 hours ago. Heavily armed soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote island off the coast of Alaska.
What soldiers?
Next Generation Special Forces, led by members of Unit Foxhound. They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, and the president of ArmsTech, Kenneth Baker. They're both being held as hostages.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
Briefing file. It's gonna be a lot of not talking in between these, to be honest.
Tell me about the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch?
Same as a torpedo, only this has no propulsion device of its own. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't worry. That suit represents the latest advances in polythermal technology. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Alright, most of that was what we already heard.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
When did the countdown start?
5 hours ago.
Sorry, I'm coughing so much, guys. I think it's because I'm not getting enough sleep. Anyway.
Colonel, who are you speaking for?
Naturally, I'm representing the U.S. government.
So who's in supervisory control of this operation?
The President of the United States.
Which means that the President must be meeting with his top aides in the map room about now, huh?
No, at this point they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes. So is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
They'll be sending us some support.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course.
Okay, I was waiting till the end of the Oh, it didn't count. Hold on. I was waiting till the end of the cutscene before I try to switch the cameras, but I don't think I can switch the cameras. We're just gonna have to watch this again to make sure it counts.
Naturally, I'm representing the U.S. government.
So who's in supervisory?
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back.
The President of the United States.
Which means that the President must be meeting with his top aides in the map room about now, huh?
No, at this point they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes. So is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
Starting to get a bad feeling about this.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course. A nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
Here, Snake, have a soda. Thanks, Colonel. I've been drinking so much soda lately. I know it's bad for me, but man.
We need backup from a specialist. I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I know. That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko. She'll be providing you backup by codec.
A female analyst?
She's built up an impressive record as an advisor for the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons.
Where's she working from?
At her home in Los Angeles.
California. Seems like a million miles away. Colonel, you're retired. Why are you involved in this?
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that really the only
Colonel.
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
reason? Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
Meryl. Colonel. Meryl.
What was your niece doing here?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt. And my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War. And since then, I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
Since when are we friends?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar.
With my personality, I don't have too many friends.
That's what I trust about you. It's what makes you human. Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
All right. But I have two conditions.
Name them.
1, no more secrets between us. I want complete disclosure at all times. And 2, I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing,
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel.
They're friends. Oh, nice. Dr. Naomi.
That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
You mean you've seen them naked?
Make no mistake, I'm not a nurse. I'm a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines.
Not just one kind, either. There are different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
Nootropics. A class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes, Benzedrine. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines will also keep your Codex batteries charged up.
I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
I need one of those, honestly.
The chief of DARPA and the president of an arms manufacturing company. What business did they have at a nuclear weapons disposal facility?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group attacked.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were directly involved. Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Do we know exactly where they're being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a mini transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
They say they do. They even gave us the serial number of the warhead they plan to use.
Was the number confirmed?
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
PAL.
Permissive Action Link. The safety control system built into all nuclear weapons systems. But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled. It's not that easy to get your hands on an ICBM.
That used to be true. But since the end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you have enough money and the right connections.
Sorry, I don't have much to add. I'm just
How well armed are these
taking it all in.
I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're heavily armed, I'm afraid.
What about their battle experience?
The 6 members of Foxhound in charge are all hardened veterans. They're tough enough to eat nails and ask for seconds.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Foxhound.
The others are next-generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
I forget if this game ever goes into why they betrayed Foxhound. I don't remember. I don't think so. I think they just forget.
So what exactly are they demanding?
A person's remains.
Remains?
That's right. To be more accurate, cell specimens which contain the individual's genomic information.
Cell specimens? Why would they want that?
The terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Strengthened?
You've heard of the Human Genome Project. They've been mapping the human genome, and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes which are responsible for making effective soldiers.
There are genes that do that?
Yes. And using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
Gene therapy?
I'll explain this part. With gene therapy, we can remove those genes which we know may lead to sickness or disease, and at the same time splice in genes with beneficial effects, such as resistance to cancer, for example.
In other words, we can overcome all sorts of genetic diseases, and at the same time add genetic characteristics as desired.
Okay. And so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes, we could.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful if you can study the genomic information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
And just to say before I forget, I know that this game goes over like what was I gonna say? It goes over each like individual, like all the terrorists. It goes over their motivations, but it only goes over their motivations for doing what they're currently doing, like their motivations for taking over Shadow Moses, for following Liquid. But it doesn't like go over their motivations for why did they join Foxhound, why did they betray Foxhound, you know? I think the game just forgets that these are like former co-workers of yours, basically. They just forget about that. Like they just become bad guys that just appeared one day, which is unfortunate. I would love if they could go in more into that. It's like, you used to be like on my side, why are you not on my side anymore? That sort of thing. Anyway.
One of the greatest soldiers ever?
The man they call the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't mean Big Boss.
That's right. We've been working feverishly to identify the genes responsible for his incredible combat skill. So far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
So his body was recovered after all.
Yes. and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genomic information is a priceless treasure to mankind.
Priceless to the military, perhaps.
His body was burned severely, but it was possible to restore his
Oops.
DNA profile from just a single strand of his hair.
Did I do that?
Amazing. And then you're gonna transplant those genes into soldiers?
Yes. We'll use a process that I discovered called gene targeting. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training or experience. We now know that hereditary factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Snake, we can't give them his body. It's potentially more dangerous than all the nuclear warheads on that island put together.
I hear the terrorists are calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss.
The Sons of Big Boss?
Excuse me.
Tell me about these next-generation special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency search team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, the military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special forces should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Video game players, huh?
Don't
Video
forget, they've all
game
been
players.
strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law.
Yes, but those are just declarations, not actual treaties.
The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack.
I love it when the US government gets sussy. Let's go. The reason for unanimous approval. What could it be?
How could an entire unit be subverted to rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The Sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all seemed like fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers.
But they all took part in the uprising?
No, several people didn't show up on the day of the exercise. That's why there was a resupply of troops.
I wonder what happened to those people.
Sign recently that something might be wrong.
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated. And besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
Even the existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We've been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise. They're every bit as good as when I was commanding them.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter.
Looks like a lovely bunch of folks. Too bad we'll be meeting under these circumstances.
And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
Liquid Snake.
And you're the only person who can stand against him.
Liquid Snake. Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
And with the same codename as you.
Tell me what you know.
He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there too, I believe. Didn't you infiltrate Western Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets?
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound.
I thought that by the time I left, they were no longer using code names.
I don't know his real name. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it. Here's a photo of him. Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise you two are exact duplicates.
I have a twin?
I don't know the details, but it seems so. That's why we really need you for this mission.
You're the only one who can beat him. Now that I've met you, I know. You've got something that he doesn't. I can see it in your eyes.
Why don't I find that thought more comforting?
Alright, I think that's it. We made it through the briefing. Yep, that's it. Wait, what? Oh.
I need to borrow your scissors.
What are you going to do?
Don't worry, just gonna clean myself up a little.
Huh?
I don't want to be mistaken for the leader of the terrorists.
Alright, guys, it's time, finally, to play Metal Gear. What's special? What is this? Oh yeah, they give you like a little thing here to like, if you want to recap on the first two games, which is really nice. Hey yo, it's Peak. Welcome, Emmerich. Good to see you. It's really late where you are, bro. Are you okay? I need to do a new game. Which version are you playing? I'm playing the Master Collection version. Yeah, that's the one I'm playing. The Master Collection version. The US English version. 236, but I'm a vampire right now. Oh man, I want to do hard, but like that turns the radar off, so I'm gonna do normal. I'm not good enough at the game yet. I could play the Twin Snakes on hard, but I can't play original version. Yeah, it's a very good port. I've been playing it ever since it released. Yeah, it's really good. I hope one day I can play it in Japanese to get past the localization.
Stay alert. It'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
I can play the Twin Snake. Don't! What the heck's wrong with you? Listen, I'm one of the few people who actually played the Twin Snakes, and I can tell you, it's okay. It's okay. I like the Twin Snakes. I don't like it more than the original, but I like it. I like both of them, actually.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Dude, thank God they added analog support for this game. Playing this game with the D-pad, it was starting to hurt my thumb, dude. But anyways, is okay enough for an MGS game. So, I should say this. I mean okay in terms of, like, a port. It's a good game. I like it. I think it's great. I think it's super fun to run around in MGS1 with the mechanics of MGS2. I love it. And it fixes a lot of the missteps that were made during the localization process of this game. Because there are rations underwater. Yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna see a lot of stuff that you didn't know about in this game, I feel. I don't know. This is my favorite series, so I like to play it a lot. Where's he going? Okay. Yeah, I know.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground.
Good luck, I know this game, but this I didn't know.
Come down. You better hide somewhere.
Did you know about the mono TV call? I probably won't be able to get it. It's probably impossible to get nowadays, but do you know about the mono TV call? To this day, Emmanuel Bonamy, French VA, has on his professional bio, "I was the French Salt Snake." And no, I don't. Oh, well, so I guess I'm not going to spoil for people who don't know the story yet, but there's a boss fight where it helps if you have a stereo TV. Because the characters are like, hey, listen for this noise, listen for where it's coming from. You should be able to hear it if you have a stereo TV, but if you don't have a stereo TV, I forget who it is. It's either Naomi or another character that says, "Colonel, wait, he doesn't have a stereo TV." Ah, frick.
Where'd he go?
I was caught yapping. Oh frick, I'm not in a good spot right now. Oh frick. I knew it. I lost all of my rations too. Here, hold on. I'm dead. It's over. Yeah, it's over. But yeah, if you are using a mono TV, they're like, he's using a mono TV. Oh, well, that's okay, Snake. It doesn't really speak to the quality of your character that you have a mono TV. That's fine. But like, they're clearly in disbelief. It's like, he has a mono TV. You'll probably see a lot of things you didn't know. Sure, man. Yeah, that'd be super cool if I could get that call. It's probably impossible to do nowadays. Right, here he comes. So yeah, so you're gonna see, one thing you're definitely gonna see this game is that you're gonna see a lot of hot takes. I am someone who actually thinks that there we go. Take care of that little problem. I replay this game a lot. I can see. LMAO, you know what? How about I stream Resident Evil 4 tomorrow and I'll show you what a real hardcore fan is. Hey man, this opening section is like abnormally hard. For some reason, this opening section is like harder than I think an opening section should be. I want to see if I can get this guy, see if he has a ration or something. There's water, never mind. Oh yeah, drop the hot takes after failing the tutorial stealth twice. I didn't fail twice. Did I fail twice? I only failed the one time, didn't I? I never ever got caught in that tutorial. Maybe as a kid, but never after that. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm not sure I believe that. You got the alert twice. That's not a failure, though. But now we're getting into the gamer lean. I'm gonna show you some real gaming. This is going to be us arguing for like 8 hours straight. Let's go. So yeah, I like the Twin Snakes. It has a lot that is okay. I remember a lot of people being like, oh, if you play the Twin Snakes, so many of the mechanics are ruined and you can just breeze right through the game. It's like, okay, well then just don't do it. Like, just don't play the game with the MGS2 mechanics. Play it with the MGS1 mechanics, you know? Just choose not to do it.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious.
Dang, Snake.
Bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Naomi's in the corner feeling like chopped liver.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Be careful, Snake. The Genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you. He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on
And she immediately hits on him after he hits on Mei
By the
Ling.
way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
If you want to get in, there's the front door.
And it's every time I see this, like this cutscene, this one specifically, it always reminds me of Shadow Moses Island in Super Smash Brothers.
There's one sentry on the left and one on the right.
They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
All right, get to play the game. It's time to play the game. It's time to play the game. Anyway, should have joined you on Discord so we could yell at each other directly. That would be hilarious, actually. Kojima showing off his autism like, that's not a helicopter, that's a Russian Hind D, you idiots. Dude, I love Motosada Mori. He was the military advisor for the Metal Gear Solid series. God bless that man, dude. God bless that man. You know, the Colonel called my Snake excellent. That should have been in the briefing. Like, oh, looking good, Snake. God dang it. That game was so revolutionary in every way. I'm still baffled when I look at it. Yeah, it's crazy to see this and imagine, like, this came out the same year as, like, Ocarina of Time and Half-Life. Half-Life was, like, revolutionary for shooters. This was, like, revolutionary for a whole, like, genre that wasn't really... I guess it was being explored. They did have Thief. Now that I remember, like, this was, like, a huge evolutionary period for stealth games. You could say he's a naked Snake. Smash Brothers was how I was introduced to Snake and MGS. I was introduced... this is gonna be funny. I was introduced by my grandpa who had the Twin Snakes, and I played it on GameCube back in the day. Back in, like, 2004. I only ever got to, like... I'll tell you what part I got to when we get there, but... The second floor basement... I only ever got to the second floor basement, so not far at all, but it was enough to blow my mind. I was seriously blown away. Ew, why is this game so cold, so old? It's not cold. So old. Cringe. Oh, the jankiness. I can't handle the clunkiness. Oh, no. Austin, I will dismember you. Want me to join on Discord? I think I'm okay. I do want to play the game. I don't know. I feel like we would spoil the game. I don't want to spoil the game for anyone who hasn't played it yet. Don't worry. I'm only joking. Right. Here comes this. Look at this idiot. Look at this bum. Look at this moron. I was ready, Lamau. Here he comes. Dang it! He was stretching. You were supposed to keep on stretching. I thought he was gonna keep on stretching, man. Now this guy over to the left is awake, but that's okay. I wasn't gonna go that way anyways. Oh, I gotta get in this truck though. Sometimes Snake can be a little bit slippery in this game.
Surveillance camera?
Surveillance camera? Get out of the way, Snake. Get out of the way! Yeah, they're right. We shouldn't call. I'll just be me clowning on you for 8 to 10 hours. I love these graphics. Yeah, dude. I wish games would go back to this like style of graphics. Like, this game can probably fit on. Dude, you could fit this game on like a freaking micro SD card. It's so small. I don't even know why this game like has a large file size. Can't remember what the file size is, to be honest.
That base must have some kind of ventilation system to recirculate the air. There should be air ducts around there somewhere. They must need a lot of power to run the base. There's probably a diesel generator somewhere. And since generating
le photorealism, no.
There must be exhaust openings for that too. You're not gonna believe this, but they shot down the F-16s we were using as a diversion with a Hind D. Then we got a message from Liquid. He said if we try something like that again, he'll launch the nuke. Snake, hurry up and get in there. That Hind will be coming
Snake,
back soon.
get in there. Okay. All right, no alerts. We're so back. We're doing so well. Man, I'm so good at this game. Nice reference to the Hi-Am Daisy comics. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna reference the Hi-Am Daisy comics a lot.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here.
I'm so good at this game. 2 areas, 3 alerts, Lamau. All right, we're gonna drop that ratio down. Just you wait and see. We're gonna get the ratio down.
I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency.
Man, I love Alaska.
0.80.
Hey, Snake, I love Alaska. I just like seeing the hangar bay from that angle.
I moved the DARPA chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah. Say he's using stealth, too.
Stealth? There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want
Woman
you to
in
increase
cell.
the security detail on the chief.
Also, remember, try to be careful about spoilers. I want people who have never played this game to be able to enjoy the stream, so be careful about spoilers, okay? Woman in cell. Colonel. Snake when he's eating popcorn. Colonel. Kernel of corn. Colonel. Yeah, don't worry, I'm trying my hardest. Also, I know this game by heart, but in French. Clearly, I got those alerts. That way, I could get that cutscene. That's why I got the alerts, not for any other reason. Because if you don't get any alerts, you don't get that cutscene. What is it, Colonel?
Use the elevator to change floors. There should
Thank
be
you.
a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Snake, you should know about this thing going around called Cope. Cope. Sounds sneaky, Colonel. It really is. You gotta be careful, Snake, or else you'll end up coping too. We'll see. God dang it. Snake really does feel slippery in this game. Like, instead of hugging a corner, he'll like run past the corner. Let's see, is there anything over here? I think this is where the thermal goggles are. No, but I can assure you 100% you still get those cutscenes. Maybe. Yeah, thermal goggles. That's why I play the game with the D-pad the way Gojima intended. It's because he's all oiled up. I don't think Kojima intended people to play with the D-pad. I think that was just the only choice he had at the time. Like, you will play with the D-pad and you will like it. Because that's all they had. God dang it! That's not my fault, dude. Oh no, where did he go? Oh no. That's weird, he's not here anymore. Yeah, but he designed this to accommodate with the limitations like a Chad. Yeah, he really did. Should have named the stream Metal Cope Solid. When you get like to the handrail, there's like a 50-50 chance if you run into the handrail, there's a 50-50 chance he'll go where you actually want him to go. Okay, there we go. Hopefully I don't get seen by this guy, this joker over here. All right. Man, I'm so good at this game. Oh my god. Somebody stop me. We're going to B2 first. Because we're real Chad gamers. Wait, there's people here? I thought there wasn't supposed to be people here until later, but okay. That's not a problem. Because I'm a Chad gamer, and I don't care. Hold on, what? 3 areas, 4 alerts. I'm keeping count. That's amazing. Let's go. Well, add another area. Because we're gaming. Oh, yeah. See how smooth that was? To be fair, that's like one of the easiest rooms, not gonna lie. Especially when you get the silencer, it's over.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Cool. The green dots also. Oh my goodness. Ah, he doesn't hear me. I wish in the Twin Snakes they kept the lights on the ceiling. You can see the lights on the ceiling here, but that's not in the Twin Snakes. Yes, Colonel, I know how to climb a ladder, thank you. She absolutely doesn't have that Chinese accent in French. She doesn't have the Chinese accent in the Twin Snakes either. Or in Metal Gear Solid 4. Like, she doesn't have, or Metal Gear Solid 2. Anytime you hear Mei Ling, she doesn't have oh, you say that that's because the Twin Snakes sucks. What if I told you the reason she doesn't have the accent in that game is because it was a choice from Kojima? What if I told you the Twin Snakes is the more faithful version? What do you say to that, huh? Now, I'm not gonna say Snake jumping around like it's the Matrix is good, but apparently that's more faithful. Who knows?
Built all right.
Oh, you're talking about the lights? Yeah. That's an L. Moron. Idiot. Goober. Yeah, I'm willing to take that L for the Twin Snakes. The Twin Snakes is not perfect. There's a lot of stuff it can do better. Especially the art design. That game is a lot more drab than this game. This game, despite it being like all cold colors and stuff, is way better looking than the Twin Snakes. In terms of color design.
Not.
Obviously, the graphics are quote-unquote better. Kojima fell off earlier than I thought.
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
Thanks, Colonel. I appreciate it. Wait, god dang it. I don't want to call
Snake.
you. Yeah.
Who's that?
Who's that? I hear the sound of clapping cheeks.
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them.
Isn't that Bender?
Hurry up and get me.
I don't know who Bender is,
Slow
though.
down.
Not gonna lie.
Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Oh, wait. Bender from Futurama, right?
Launch a nuke.
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White
Yeah.
House. They say if they don't accede to
I don't know. It's not Bender.
Weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Bender is a different voice actor. He's the guy from Kim Possible. What's his name? He also played Joker under the Red Hood.
I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads.
I thought that was Phil Lamar. He voices someone in these games. I can't believe we never got to see
Classified information.
Dio in game. Yeah, you're right.
We were conducting exercises with a new type
Adepts, be careful about spoilers.
of weapon that will change.
You guys got to be careful.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the
I know who you mean, but you know.
nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Also, I'm just casually talking over this cutscene.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
It
Can't be. That's what I initialized. Yeah, or that's why I initialized.
Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects.
How did you know that?
You know that.
I don't want to call you on Discord from spoilers, bro. LMFAO.
So that's the reason we're here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution,
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype.
Dude, Metal Gear Rex is so cool.
They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your
What if Snake just starts to repeat what he's saying and gets stuck in a loop? Personal area network, huh?
Transmits data using
Personal
software
area network, huh?
Transmission beam.
Personal area network, huh?
As you
Gets
approach
stuck.
the security devices,
He stun locks himself.
the card.
And the doors will open automatically.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay. I'm
Gotcha.
gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
Sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
Colonel,
So,
Snake!
White House is planning
He's spurging out!
demands.
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Me when I eat a kebab from a cheap place. I love how many polygons they dedicated to Snake's abs. Did they dedicate a lot of polygons? I think it's just a PNG.
Dead. Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but
A heart attack?
The VRAM.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is an operator.
Thanks for watching, Adept. See you later.
Just here is your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
What's interesting about that codec call is when Colonel he says dead, no. In the original Japanese, it's supposed to read like dead, no, it can't be. Like there's another implication there, like he has sort of an inkling why. Which unfortunately got lost in the translation. Also, what's going on outside?
Don't move!
My god. The femcell. She's free.
You killed the chief. You bastard!
You killed the other man that was with me in this place.
Liquid? No.
There are goddamn worms next to these toilets. PS1. Those aren't worms, bro. Those are maggots, bro. They animated maggots.
The person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful. I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance. That scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here!
Looks like we'll be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot!
Don't think. Shoot.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
The scene is a cult classic in the French dub. He goes,
I'm telling
you
you,
lie.
shoot.
You're blue. You've got blue eyes, bluer than the sky. That's funny. I like that. I like it when like translations and localizations can be they can be accurate in a different way, if you know what I mean. Everyone get in a nice orderly line. Wow, we are dominating. Oh boy. Wow, I didn't even get hit once. Ugh, the effing music, yeah.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
Wait!
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Who are you?
You fool! You've killed him! I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
What could it all mean? The French MGS version had a lot of money and freedom. Some people hate it today because of its campiness, but it's seriously fantastic. One Seed made the Konami exec cry and hug the actress.
Good girl. Just like that.
Gotta say, I prefer the
Naomi.
Mantis scene from Twin Snakes. I think it's so much cooler.
no, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
So for anyone who doesn't know, in the Twin Snakes version, he appears just like that. He appears and he's like, good girl, just like that. But when he says that, he like rises into the ceiling, and it is so iconic that they referenced it in MGS5. And it's not even in the main like PS1 version of the game. Also, the French dub being like campy and like still being really loved, that sounds exactly like the Twin Snakes, because the Twin Snakes is like really campy. Then Konami didn't want to pour money into the French translation anymore, so MGS2 didn't have a dub, and a pretty bad translation. To this day, the translation got better, but no French dub anymore. That sucks, man. I hope one day some people can put some money together to get a dub like modded in, because now that's possible, now that it's on PC, finally. Thank God these games are on PC. Actually, hold on, let me look for ammo. That's the best thing that ever happened to this series. It's freaking getting ported to the PC. Once a series gets ported to the PC, it's peak. Like, you won. You did what you were supposed to accomplish. Also, look, maggots. Ew. Gross. Disgusting. Colonel. Thanks French VA did the intro to MGS4 just for fun. It's on YouTube and he's effing fantastic as Old Snake. That sounds amazing, dude. I love it when voice actors like they feel a burden for the character that they played, and so even though they're technically not that character still, like they don't play that character anymore, they still feel a need to like go and play that character anyway. It's awesome. Alright, so now the guards are gone. Probably did that so it's easier to, I don't know, do what you need to do in here. Like I said, bro still has I was French Solid Snake on his bio. Yeah. Absolute legend. I know where to go, but I want to get the other stuff in this area first. All right. I will say the checkpoints for here is absolutely bad. Like, it's insanely bad. Hopefully I won't need it. Hopefully I can get through this next part without needing that at all. Alright, also I realized I haven't been calling the team at all.
President Baker should be somewhere around there. Hurry up and find him. Also, you can't use your radar there. Mei-Ling says it's because of electronic jamming. If you want to know more, ask her.
Snake, you've got to think. Your mind is your most dangerous weapon. If things are getting too complicated, try to simplify your thoughts. You can also try calling Campbell for advice.
One French YouTuber ruined Snake's name for me because during a skit he went, "Is that Solid Snake? Or should I say Solid Steak?" And it lived rent-free in my brain for 12 years. Let's see. I want to try calling Nastasha. Let's see, is it this one? It is! First try.
Nastasha Romanenko, a pleasure to work with you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want. I am also a military analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are serious about launching a nuclear weapon? The world cannot stand by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake.
So, guys, the optional Russian lady you need to call one time. I am a Nastasha enjoyer, okay? And not for the reasons you may think. I love this character, and this is not much of a spoiler for anyone who hasn't played Metal Gear before. This is the only game she makes an appearance in. She makes kind of a cameo in MGS2 technically, but like this is the only one that she's in. Imagine recording like 2 hours of lines only to be the one character that's just never here because everyone forgets about her. Bro has a Russian fetish. I do not have a Russian fetish. I will say I have a good character fetish, dude. If you call her enough, you like, she gets some really good scenes, but most people never see them because nobody calls the codec team at all in this game.
Good. You found it.
Also, she's a gun girl. I will say this. I do like my gun girls.
It's a 45 caliber pistol with plenty of stopping power. It's also equipped with a LAM for nighttime combat. If you hold down the weapon button, you can train the laser sight on the enemy to help you aim. If you find a SOCOM suppressor, you can equip.
She's got that gun autism, and I'm all here for it.
Designed specifically for use by special forces, so I think it will be useful. Some people find it a little heavy and hard to use, but it shouldn't be a problem for you.
Also, there's a weird thing with her direction. So, like, she's got this like sexy Russian voice going on, but the more and more you talk to her, the more and more that drops. And it makes me wonder, did they do that on purpose? Like it's a facade that she puts on, or did her direction just get better the more and more she was able to intuit to the character? I don't know, dude.
They were conducting exercises with this new Metal Gear prototype. Is that what the DARPA chief said?
Yeah.
What the hell?
So you know about Metal Gear?
Just rumors. I heard it is some kind of walking tank that can deliver an accurate nuclear strike from any terrain. Mountains, deserts, swamps, wherever. But you are the real expert on Metal Gear, aren't you, Snake?
Yeah, I guess I am. But what about the PAL system that the DARPA chief mentioned?
It is a device attached to a nuclear weapon system to prevent the missile from being armed or launched. Usually, a secret detonation code or combination is necessary to launch the missile.
According to the chief, there are 2 codes, and the terrorists already know one of them.
The other code? If the terrorists find out that one too.
Yeah, I've got to hurry and rescue President Baker.
Because with everything stupid the player does, she realizes you're dumb and loses interest. Nah, dude, that's Snake's charm. He pretends to be a himbo, so the ladies fall for him. Not gonna lie, Nastasha's really the only character, other than a later character, that you can call that like has story moments outside of like the game, the cutscenes.
PAL stands for permissive.
Also, she has a lot of interesting trivia.
Safety system attached to nuclear missile systems. The missile cannot be fired without the insertion.
She pretends to be stupid.
But if the terrorists have found out the detonation codes, they can launch the missiles anytime they want.
But yeah, like, so in later Metal Gear games, pretty much every character that you can call in the codec has like their own character moments that you can find, their own like genre of trivia that they like to tell you. In this game, they don't really have that. Mei Ling has quotes from Chinese and Western literature. Master Miller only really like has jokes. Every now and then he'll have something, but it's really contextual to the story. Campbell and Naomi, they really sometimes it's contextual to the story again. Nastasha's really the only one that you can call at any time, and she'll have something to say. Like that it doesn't have to be contextual to the story. It doesn't have to be like at a certain time. You can like get some really good stuff out of Nastasha without having to like be at a certain part of the story. Snick, did you ever hear of Sonichu? Like, look.
President Baker should be somewhere around there.
Yeah, he's just gonna say, "Find President Baker." Anyway, hopefully we don't die, so we don't have to do all those calls with Nastasha again.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the Armstech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it!
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver
Ocelot. Revolver Ocelot.
I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend.
He sounds so young here, dude.
This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army. 6 bullets. More
Check this out.
Thing that moves.
Oh, Emmerich, you don't want me to just absolutely butcher what you just wrote down there, do you? Oh no.
Draw! Hiding won't help you.
Where is he at? Where's he at?
And the bullets you see. I make him go where I want. I love it. All right. Alive. Let's go. Better hurry up. The old man's not.
Get some more ammo.
Don't you want to see?
Alright, we're doing good.
I love this. But to you, it'll be the smell of your own.
Hey, got him.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss.
Oh, I forgot to call the Kodak team. Oh, man.
But I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand! Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again! Who are you? I'm like you. I have no name. That exoskeleton.
the hell?
I love that reaction. It's like, what the heck?
Can you talk?
Who are you?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I did.
Me when they download the crack in my Neuralink.
Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation.
Kind of like a Neuralink.
Codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced.
It's just fat Elon Musk.
You're a funny man.
This is Elon Musk if he was in the defense industry.
I can't be.
If he was in the military-industrial complex.
Promise, Jim. Now you want to shut me up?
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists.
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier, it must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec.
Woman, where?
I was tied up here, that is.
Codec?
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her.
I love that.
But tell me, if this doesn't work, is there some other way to prevent the missile launch?
You need to find Hal Emmerich, one of my employees.
Who's that?
The team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball. If there's anyone who can figure out how to stop Metal Gear from launching, it's him.
What if he can't come up with anything?
You'll have to destroy it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage.
Yeah, it's you, Emmerich.
It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been. The amount of spent nuclear fuel and plutonium is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see. Because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of MUF are reported every year.
MUF?
It stands for material unaccounted for.
It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
The liberals.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business.
The stream is cutting off and on?
Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
Naomi?
Not to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
What the hell?
Ruh-roh.
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn!
Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Alright, now that the cutscene's over, let me check what's going on with the stream. Give me one sec. This game's weird. It goes into window mode every time you tab out, so I haven't tabbed out for a bit. Let me check this. Stutters real hard. It's difficult to watch because I have to reload the stream over and over. There's a whole minute of delay. Those Pentagon are trying to silence your stream. See here. Sec. Dropped frames? What the heck? Why though? It all started happening around 30 minutes ago. I'm getting all these notifications from like 30 minutes ago. I have no idea why though. Let me see. Do I have anything else open? Yeah, man. I'm trying from 2 different devices. It keeps stuttering every 30 seconds. That's so weird. Let me open up Task Manager, see if anything is going on over here. Not my CPU or my GPU. Those are both fine. My memory's all good. What the heck could it be? Because like my computer is like completely fine. That's weird. Maybe it's the weather. The weather has been really cold lately, or at least for my area. Dropped frames detected again. That's so weird. Why does it keep saying that? Some frames that have been uploaded. The problem is usually related to poor network connection. Check the health of your internet connection, change your server. If none of these work, to lower your bitrate. So weird. I'll send you proof on Discord in a sec. Oh no, I believe you. I'm also getting the notifications here, but I really can't imagine why it's doing that. I have a wired connection. The network's connected. Here, real quick, I'm gonna figure out what's going on here. Let me put on a BRB screen real quick. Now, what is the... There we go. Wow, that is really... that is really pixelated. I'll be back in a sec. Trying to figure out what's going on here. You just got my message about my 2 devices now. Yeah, the messages are really coming in late, I guess. Give me one sec. I'll be right back, okay, guys? One sec. Alright, I'm still here. I'm checking. I'm doing a test on my internet right now. Oh! I'm using my browser right now, so I guess I'm really bright. Holy cow. Let me change that. There we go. This speed test is taking. I think it might just be my internet service provider, because this speed test is taking a little while. Usually, speed tests, at least online, they don't take this long. It's really weird though, because I have a wired connection. So if it's a problem with my... Let's see. Ooh, yeah, something's going on with my service provider. It's less than... My download speed is less than half of what it should be. At least to the route. Oh, it's an issue with the service provider. Well, shoot. If it's a problem with the service provider, there's really nothing I can do about it. That sucks. Well, hey, I will check the stream to see, like, once it's done, to see how it is. Because luckily my game is in windowed mode. Let me get it back. I record every stream that I do, so if the upload